everybody.
Hi.
I guess I'm going to do the intro today. So this is another video in our Disney Cruise Line planning. We're going on a cruise.
What do we do
Thanks
now?
for joining us. I'm explaining to her all the fun stuff that are on the Disney Cruise Line ships to do. It is going to be Laney and Corey and Marshall's first time on a Disney cruise, and I've been on a couple, and I've sold a couple as a travel agent before. So bringing some of my knowledge to her and them, and to you guys about what to expect. And
shout out to our Facebook group that is also going on to our cruise. I know some of them watch this. Hi!
Yes.
Glad you guys are watching this.
So yeah, it's really exciting. And today we're going to be talking about the entertainment that's available on board. Last time we talked about the adult-only stuff that's available, and some of these things are going to be available to adults, kids, and everybody. So let's get into it. So on my list here, starting off with one of the biggest things on the ship is the shows. Just about every night on the cruise, you're going to have a different show. Most of them are going to be like Broadway style shows, so lots of costume changes and great musical numbers and things like that. And I mean, Disney entertainment, most people know it from the parks, and you're going to get that same quality, probably even better than the parks in my opinion, with some of these shows.
Oh, nice.
I brought some of the personal navigators from one of previous cruises I did, and on them they have like, when you get your navigator, it's going to have at the top the show that's going on that evening. So on this cruise...
When do you get your navigator?
So when you check in at the terminal your first day, you'll get your first one there. So while you're waiting to board the ship, if you're there a little bit early, you can kind of check it out, or before your room's ready, you can kind of check it out while you're waiting, sitting around at the pool deck. And then after that, each night when you get turn down service in your room host or hostess will drop it off, and it'll be waiting there on your bed for you. So you'll get one the evening before, so you can kind of check it out as you're, laying down in bed and getting ready to, hit the sack before you.
With your Mickey ice cream bar.
Yes, Mickey ice cream bars. So yeah, the shows that were on the Dream on that particular trip, there was the Golden Mickeys, which is really cool. It pretty much hits like some of the most popular Disney movies and stuff like that. It's like an award show kind of thing it starts off as, but you'll see. Surprises. And then there is Villains Tonight, which is really fun for all those that like all the Disney villains. There's some really goofy, fun numbers in that one. So fans of villains, you will really like that. And then there is Disney's Believe, which is an original show. Just about each of the ships has an original show that's made just for the cruise line. You're not going to find it anywhere else. Believe is probably my favorite show I've seen at a Disney park or anything. It is really good. And I'm really excited for you guys to see that too. It's really, really good.
And they will have the same ones when we go?
Yeah, yes. So far, that's what they've been doing.
Okay.
Nothing new. Now, this was on a 3-night cruise, so it was the 3 shows for the ship. On 4-night or more, you might get like specialty acts one night or things like that. So there will be other shows other than just the Broadway style shows.
Okay.
So on the 4-night that will be going on, the night of the Pirate Night, there'll be like a specialty act of some sort.
Now, do you have to go to the shows?
You don't have to. You don't have to. You do have time to go. They do two shows a night. They'll do, if you have like the late dining, you go to the earlier show, and then you'll go to dinner afterwards, and vice versa. So yeah, you don't have to go. For those that might be doing other things, they usually do show the show that's going on that evening in your stateroom on the TV, so you can watch it there as well, and it'll be on a loop throughout the evening.
Okay,
so
okay.
Don't miss it, or just in case you miss it.
Yeah, in case you have fear, of course, and I said this in my last video, if you have FOMO, you are afraid you're going to be missing stuff out, and you have to make those hard decisions about what am I actually going to be doing with my time. At least you can see the show later on if you want to in your room, if you choose to do something else.
Yes.
Yes.
Highly recommend going, but just in case there's just one thing happening, you can't miss it.
Right. It's like the one thing you have your heart set on, Disney trivia. No.
Well, usually they have minor things going on during the shows, so usually you're pretty much inclined to check it out.
Like, this is the perfect time to hit the pool when everyone's eating or at a show. Yeah. Aqueduct.
True. That is true. And then there are the clubs. We talked a little bit about the adult clubs last time with the nightclubs, lounges, and stuff. The kids have their own clubs as well, and that's all ages. So even the infants, they have It's a Small World, which you can drop them off and they get like daycare kind of thing going on. And then for kids 3 to 12, they have the Oceaneer Lab and Club. And the club is going to be more of like a playground, make-believe kind of place. You've got Andy's room. You've got
from Toy Story.
Yes, from Toy Story. They have the Millennium Falcon now on the Dream with a Star Wars themed area. There's a Disney Infinity themed area. So you got those kind of things going on.
Are the adults allowed to play there?
Kind of, actually. They do have open house times that anyone of any age can come in and check it out and see what's going on there. So definitely check it out if there's something going on. I know on the Magic they have the Avengers room in their Oceaneer Club, and we had to check that out. I was like, we've got to get in there. And it was really neat. There's a lot of really cool stuff. So
that's probably one of the things we'll do if we can get an early enough check-in time onto the boat. We can go check out some of the other rooms for you guys on our vlogging.
Yeah, check out that Millennium Falcon. I'm excited for that. Really excited.
Because that's pretty new, right?
Yes, it is. It's basically got put in like last year sometime. Yeah, so fairly new. And then for a little bit older kids, there is Edge, which is the tween club they call it. So 11 to 14-year-olds, they got their own club to hang out in. Because some of them are probably going to be like, I don't want to hang out with the little kids. So they got that. And then there is Vibe, which is for the older teens, 14 to 17-year-old kids. They can go in there and hang out, and they've got like a smoothie bar, and it's really cool for them. They got their own little pool area for all the teens. It can be cool and hang out with all the other teens in the pool.
Not the parents.
Yes, no parents allowed, and no little kids. So, and then throughout the ship, there is live entertainment. You're going to find it all over the place. There's going to be like lounge singers. There's going to be people setting up in the foyer, like between dinners and the shows. There'll usually be someone sitting out there with like a piano and like a singer, and they'll be doing some, you know, like top 40 hits and stuff like that. And it's really fun to kind of come into that atmosphere, like between dinner and a show, and kind of see that out there, and you know, get you going again. And then around the pools, the adult pool, there usually will be like some kind of acoustic person out there that's really calm, and it's really neat to kind of just go out and chill, and just some person's just going away on the guitar and singing some nice smooth tunes. So really, really cool. And then games and trivia. Lots of it going on almost all the time. There's some kind of games or trivia happening. Whether on the pool deck, they'll usually do sometimes trivia on the big screen that's happening out there at the pool. Sometimes they'll do trivia in like the bars and the clubs and stuff during the daytime. All ages can go to them. So they'll have like Disney trivia, or even just like random trivia as well. But most of the time they'll be Disney. And then like for the adults, they have also other things going on for them, such as like mixology classes, whiskey, martini cooking classes. There's a game called Match and Mate that's really fun. It's kind of like a newlywed game. So they'll usually have that like a couple of nights on the cruise. And it's really fun going in there, even like not participating, but just watching and seeing some of these things that the couples will say about each other. It's really fun. Definitely have to check out. For the kids, they have special events in their areas as well. Like in the Oceaneer Club, they can do Stitch's Adventure Squad. There is Super Sloppy Science, which is where they get to make their own flubber.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, they get all kinds of goofy stuff in there. And then the older kids get something called Anyone Can Cook. There's an animation class, and on the longer cruises, you can make a movie. They get to kind of come together and make their own like zombie movie, and yeah, like it's fun seeing the kids going around the ship making it and stuff too, when you're roaming around.
Did I see something about a scavenger hunt or something like that? That was happening
for some of the kids, yeah.
For Muppets, like detective something.
The detective agency, yes.
Oh yeah.
The midship detective agency. That's really neat. And on the newer ships. So basically, there's an area on the midship deck where you can go to like this desk. It looks like a detective desk, and you get a badge. You register it, and then you can go, and there's paintings on the wall that come alive. And you go up to them and you hold your badge, and then clues will come up, and like a scene will happen, and you've got to solve a crime. And it used to be just like Mickey and Friends and like the villains, but now they're kind of switching it up and they're putting the Muppets in them. So that's that's brand new to the Dream too, is having it with the Muppets on it now. So yeah, that's something really cool to check out. So we'll be looking at that one. I haven't been able to actually have any time to do it before, so hoping to make time this time around. There's just so much to do. It's hard to do that one. And then on the pool deck, we've got the slides. You got the Aqua Duck on the Dream and Fantasy, which is the slide that goes around like off the edge of the ship, and then you kind of go around the pool deck, which is really neat. Then there's Aqua Dunk on the Dream. I'm sorry, not the Dream, the Magic. And that is like the drop tube. You're in the tube, and then it drops you, and you go out over the edge of the ship, and then you come back in. And that one's really scary. I did that one a couple of times. And I don't like heights. That was really scary because it was like the top of the funnel. And then the other pools, there's the kiddie pool. There's like a main general pool that anyone can use, and then the kiddies have their own splash area, which is themed to like Finding Nemo, which is really cute. And then the adults, of course, have their own pool. There are meet and greets throughout the ship with the different characters, and you will find out what time they're available in your personal navigator as well. They'll list out like what time the character is going to be and where they're going to be at in here. So definitely check that out each night as well, in case there's any particular characters you and your family are looking forward to seeing. I know a newer thing they've been doing over the last year is getting ticket times, like specific times reserved basically, to come and visit some of the characters, especially the really popular ones, like the Frozen characters and a couple of other ones, I believe. But yeah, so that's something we'll have to check out when we get to the port and find out exactly how that's going to work with our cruise. So. Because I'm sure the really great thing either way about meeting the characters on the ships is it's so much better than the parks, because the lines are a lot quicker and the characters interact with you so much more. Like you get a really fun personal experience each time you come up to these characters, whether they're the face characters, where they're the ones that'll actually talk to you, or they're the other characters, the animated characters such as like Mickey and Minnie and Donald and such. You still get like a lot of fun with them. And
one of my favorite pictures actually is of him with Mickey, and they're both wearing bow ties, and they're both like this. It's
yeah, he was like, hey! And
picture
he was like,
ever.
this. And then, so he posted there with her, and I had just bought that on that ship too, with the little Mickeys on the bow ties.
That's an awesome picture.
That was fun. Yeah, so, and then it's also kind of fun too when you're roaming around the ship, and then you'll like pass one of the characters like going out to their little hangout spot. Like, I don't know how many times I ran into like Tiana one time, like the whole cruise, like every time I was going back to my room, it'd be like, oh, hey, Tiana. And like Princess Tiana's like, hey, how are you doing? And they remember you. They remember you too, because it's a cruise, and you know, there's only so many people on it. That's like, I think that's one of the like most mind-blowing things. If I was like a kid, and I know some of those kids, their minds are blown too, but they come back and they see like Snow White again or whoever, and they're like, oh, hey, you know, whatever your name is, and they're like, you remember me? You're Cinderella and you remember me? But like, I think that is so cool.
Yeah.
Like when you, even though I don't have kids and I'm not a kid, like I see other kids experience, it's just like, it just makes your heart like, oh, that's so cool. So it's neat. And then, let's see, so a couple other things. There's the tours that are available on the ship as well. On usually embarkation day, the day you leave the port, they'll do tours of the spa. So if you're interested in maybe checking it out, you're not too sure, they'll do tours and kind of show you what they do. You might get a sample of a service, which is kind of cool, such as like a pedicure or manicure. Medicure, get your
Medicure.
The manicure. And then they have like an art of the ship tour, which they take you around the ship and you kind of see the different art and things that are going on there and how it was built and designed. And then there is, on the longer cruises, you can get tours of the kitchens, you can meet with the chefs and see how they make their stuff. And then also backstage tours of the theater. And then there is also what we're excited for, the special themed entertainment based on the seasons. So there's Halloween cruises that they'll do, Halloween on the High Seas, which will feature some of your favorite villains, and then the Nightmare Before Christmas characters. And they've got a Halloween tree and all kinds of fun Halloween stuff going on there. And then what we will be doing is the Maritime cruises. So that's where it's all Christmas themed. There's Christmas tree, Christmas lighting.
My favorite time of year.
Yes. Very, very cool. There's carolers. There'll be like special meetings with Santa will come out, and there's a gingerbread house. And we're on like basically the one of the first or so cruises, I believe. I think there's, but anyways, we're on one of the first sets of cruises for the Christmas cruise, and that's what we've heard, or at least I've heard, is one of the best times is because the gingerbread house is still fresh and you can still smell it really strongly.
For us, I think, like, he's a really big, like, Halloween time liker also. I think for you, the season really does just start, like, end of September and goes all the way in through January of the entire holiday season. I like Halloween-ish. I don't like the horror part of Halloween, but I think that, to me, too, is just signals the type of year that, like, it's all festive, right? But I think the fact that, like, the holidays, the, you know, Christmas holidays start pretty much November 1st in our house, and we start thinking about putting up the tree or getting an advent calendar, and I think that this cruise is really going to be like, since it is so close, it's in, you know, it's in November, we're not going to tell you when we really go, but it's in November, so it's really going to be a part of the start of the season, and I think it's just going to be, it's going to be more magical than usual for us.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I've always heard good things, and you know, Disney always knocks it out of the park with their stuff, especially the holiday stuff, like Christmas. So, and on the cruise ship. So,
yes. So what about Pirate Night? You didn't talk about Pirate Night.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, Pirate Night. What's that?
Well, I was looking today for T-shirts for Pirate Night or like costumes and things like that. So Marshall likes to wear, I don't know if you've seen this, but Marshall likes to wear what we call torso shirts, which is basically as if you're wearing a T-shirt that looks like the costume of the person that you're wearing. So he's got a Ghostbusters and he's got like a Star Wars one or whatever. So I found a couple pirate ones like that, which I thought would be really fun to wear. I, for myself, found this tiny little Buccaneer hat for women, which I think I kind of want to get because it looks so cute. It's like, it's like this big. Basically, it's like a little jaunty Buccaneer hat. I'm like, I'm gonna get this for Pirate Night because it was only like $6, something like that. It was really cheap, but I'm like, ooh, yeah, so there's something. So I'm still trying to put our outfits together for that. I don't know, I feel like this cruise, like I was not prepared for the amount of things that I need to think about in order to buy to get on this cruise. And I'm not even talking about the passports and all these other things you need. I'm talking about like clothes. Because, you know, I'm like, I need a new swimsuit, I need some dresses so that I can pack light and then, you know, just throw some stuff on.
Yep.
It's insane.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And of course, once you get that stuff, you're good. You're good for all the other cruises you go on. You just wear it up. But you know, for your first cruise, it's kind of crazy.
Yep. Just a little bit. But yeah, Pirate Night, it happens on one of the nights of your cruise. There'll be a lot of pirate stuff. There'll be a special pirate menu at one of the restaurants. So that's really cool too. You get some Caribbean themed food. And then there is a special fireworks show that night as well. Ooh. Fireworks at sea. Yep, Disney was the first one to do fireworks at sea with their pirate nights. So that's really neat. And they have a special deck show up on the pool deck with Captain Jack Sparrow and Pirate Mickey and all of them. So it's a lot of fun that night too as well. Everybody gets dressed up, and it's always fun when you see like some of the newer cruisers that have no idea what's happening, and because they'll be the ones not in a costume, and they'll just be like, oh, next time. Like, yes, next time you'll be prepared.
See, I'm lucky, because even though I'm a first-time cruiser, I won't look like a first-time cruiser.
Yep.
Be prepared.
You're welcome.
And so will you. Good for you. So yeah, what else? Is that it?
So yeah, that is it. I mean, there's tons more, but that is some of the main entertainment things on there. So.
And make sure that you keep watching here, because we are going to be continuing to bring this kind of stuff with you, as well as bringing you more videos about other places that we're going to visit. And I think by the time this video is up, we will have already been to Sapphire Falls, so we can show you that new hotel at Universal. And so if you like those kind of things, you might want to make sure that you are following us on Instagram and Snapchat, because we tend to post a lot while we're at the site.
You can see our handles here, or usernames.
Or here.
Yep.
Maybe up here.
Yep.
Just all over, down here, whichever. But yeah, I totally follow us. In fact, speaking of Snapchat, I did this really cool thing like a couple weeks ago, or a couple days ago, depending on when this video goes up, where I destashed all of my lipsticks and did swatches, and then I had you guys decide what which ones I should keep and which ones I shouldn't keep, and it was kind of like an experiment to me to see how many people actually, you know, reacted. And basically it was the people that I know from my Geeks and Beauties group, where like there's like 7 or 8 of them that were all like really interactive. But I think it's because a lot of people aren't used to following me on Snapchat, so they don't really know that we're doing these kind of things. So make sure you get in there and follow us. He's very active. Well,
it's goofy stuff.
You're kind of he takes more pictures of himself that I feel like you don't post on Snapchat.
Well, yeah, I'm not a selfie person. I do that more for my own enjoyment. I don't share.
So he's over in the corner like laughing,
playing
like,
with the filters.
I'm like, you're on Snapchat.
I do all the weird filters, but yeah, anytime I like go out and about and I'm checking out fun stuff, I'm definitely posting pictures on there. When I did my trip to Chicago, used up all my data with that.
And Pokemon.
Stuff like that.
That's true.
So yeah.
It's true. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for watching, and until next time,
Stay zany.
bye-bye.